Good morning. It is Monday, it's a brand new week, and I don't want to jinx it, but I think my cold is starting to finally trail off. I'm still a bit congested, but it's so much better than it was, so fingers crossed that by my birthday I feel much more back to normal. So hopefully anyway. This morning I worked out. It was a pull workout, so working my back and biceps. I mentioned it in the last video, but I'm trying to do a bit of a body recomposition, so reducing the fat, building some muscle, but also kind of trying to shape my body in a way that I just think is more aesthetically pleasing to me. So part of that is creating more of like a V shape on the top, because I'm quite bottom heavy, I'm quite a pear shape, so if I try and build the back a bit more, I could be more of an hourglass and build some shoulders as well. So I'm less pear, more hourglass. That's the plan. But, you know, it's going to take a long time to get to that point. But, you know, we have to start somewhere. And so far, you know, it's been a couple of years now into my weightlifting journey, and I'm now at the point where I think I can start shedding some of the fat that I have carried to reveal whatever muscle I have right now, and then see where we are after that. So that's the plan for this year anyway. But anyway, yes, it was a back and biceps session, and I do enjoy them actually. It's one of my favourite workouts to do, that and deadlifts as well. Lots of pulling actions seems to be my favourite. I like push, but not as much. And leg day, as I mentioned last week, is my least favourite. It's the worst. So yes, it's a brand new week. I've actually got a 4-day week this week because I've booked Friday off for my birthday because I'll be turning 39 and I'm going to go and spend it with my mum. We're going to go and, well, I haven't got a full like fixed plan, but we think we're going to do something like lunch and some shopping and then stay over and have a Chinese takeaway. It's like one of my favourite types of food, so I think we'll do that. Rich is going to stay here because he's got his son this weekend, so he'll be at home. It would just be like a girly day with me and mum, which would be nice, and I'll obviously sit my dad as well, but I don't think he's going to want to go shopping with us, so that's fine. So yeah, so that's on Friday into Saturday, and then I think the rest of the weekend, depending on the weather, we might go for a walk somewhere or do something, but yeah, we'll see where we go for that. So this week is a pretty good one, a short one in terms of work, but still busy because that's life. So I'm going to get a coffee and get started on my day. First of all, apologies if you can hear my washing machine. It's a pain in the arse, it's very loud, and it's like right there. So if you can hear that in the background, I'm sorry. It is lunchtime, I'm about to get some lunch. I forgot to mention that for breakfast I had a steak and some spinach. I know that's really random, but A, we needed to use it up because it goes out of date tomorrow, and B, I kind of really fancied it, and as a breakfast I didn't hate it. This could be a new thing for me, I don't know, but it's like 30 grams of protein as well, so I'm like, well, it was dead quick to cook because I have it like rare to medium rare, and I had it with some spinach, and that was kind of it. So the whole meal took about 5 minutes to cook. So I might be having steak for breakfast a lot more often because that was pretty delish. But anyway, just before I get some lunch, a parcel arrived, and I have a feeling it is a folder that I'd ordered pre-Christmas, and I'd forgotten about it. But Rich and I have got, like, now that we're married, we have joint paperwork and stuff. So I bought some new folders for us to have for organisational purposes. So I'm going to open these and see what they're like. I got us one each. Ta-da! Got one that's green for Rich and then the brown one for me, but they are personalised as well, so we've got our name down the side, which is adorable. It's almost like a sausage roast dinner, but instead of potatoes, I've got bread. Hear me out. One of my favourite things after a Sunday roast is getting bread and dipping it in the gravy. And I really had that specific craving. So what I've done is it's almost like I've got a roast dinner with the sausage being the meat. So I've got sausages, broccoli and gravy, but instead of potatoes, I've got bread because I just really, like I say, I just had this in my head, and yeah, there we go. I know it looks weird, but I am so going to enjoy this. And then tonight we've got haggis, which we'll do with potatoes, so I can actually have some actual potatoes later. And we'll probably do it with some cauliflower, carrots, maybe a bit more broccoli actually, because I'm really enjoying broccoli at the minute. So yeah, that is a random lunch, but something I was just thinking about it all morning, so there we go. Good afternoon, I've just made a cup of tea to finish the rest of my working day. I've got like another hour and a bit to go, but I thought I'd just show you my current little like sweet tooth snacks that I've been enjoying at the minute. Oh well, I have a baby bell as well because, well, I love cheese. So I want, it sounds so stupid, but I want savoury and sweet, so I have a little baby bell. And then the sweet thing, I've been really liking these skinny whip bars at the minute, and I've tried the mint one, which makes me think of an after eight, but it's probably because I tried it over Christmas, so when I was having a chocolatey mint thing, my brain would naturally go towards an after eight, but it does taste quite like that. So yeah, this I've been loving, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and I've also got the toffee flavour, which I've never tried before. I'm going to try it now. Per bar is 76 calories, which isn't too terrible, and they actually taste really nice. Yes, I could just get a little miniature chocolate bar, but I feel like you can't really find a lot of miniature chocolate bars, whereas these are obviously little, and it's just to kind of satisfy a sweet craving without being really filling. And I feel like you can't really get like a Cadbury's bar that's little. I mean, maybe like the duo, you know how some of them they've got like two, like a Bounty, you can get like the duo ones, you can have half and half. But anyway, like I say, the mint one I really like. I've also tried the double choc one, which I like, but I've never tried the toffee, so I thought I would do a little taste test and see what it's like. It looks like this, just a little chocolate bar, and it's almost like a, as you can see from the box, it's like a nuggety filling. I would imagine that you can get it from most supermarkets, but I get mine from Tesco. That's the inside. That's nice actually. It is definitely a toffee flavour. That will definitely satisfy that like sweet craving, which I usually get like mid-afternoon. So this will definitely tick that box. Oh, I forgot to eat my savoury thing first. I will save it. So I will finish this, I'll have my nice cup of tea, and then finish off the last two tasks I've got to tick off my list. And then, what should I do after that? Oh, I should probably get some steps in, because I haven't all last week and I didn't over the weekend. Like, it was a very, very chilled weekend, sitting and doing pretty much nothing because I felt rubbish. So most of it was in pyjamas or some kind of snuggly item, and it was very sofa based, no activity at all. So definitely need to get up and moving a bit more, and I have a treadmill, so there's no excuse, because I mean, it's actually not that bad outside. I don't think it's that cold, but I don't even have to go outside to get some steps. I can literally just do it in my office. So no excuses, I have to get it done. Even if it's just 5 minutes. Before I know it, 15-20 minutes will just disappear, and I would have got my probably would have met my steps, because I do seem to potter around even though I work from home, because I've already done 3,400 steps, and that's just from being at home. I did my workout I suppose this morning, I suppose it would have counted that, but other than that, I don't really go anywhere in my day-to-day, which is why it's so important to get my steps in. So yeah, hopefully I can get some steps in, and when I next talk to you, I will have done them or will be doing them, but probably would have just finished them. I have just finished my steps. Now granted, I only did like 10 minutes because I found myself getting really out of breath. So I think I'm still trying to get over this cold. And even just walking at like 3 miles per hour, I was just like getting out of breath. So clearly I'm not 100% yet, but I'm still glad I did some steps. And I think it's going to get easier because I've seen today that from tonight Love Island All Stars returns, and that's a nice easy thing to just shove on my iPad to watch, and the minutes just disappear when I'm watching stuff like that. So that will be what I'll be watching, doing my steps for the next however many weeks. I think, is it like 6 weeks or something, like 8 weeks? I can't remember. But yes, some drivel to watch whilst doing my cardio, which I always find very kind of therapeutic to watch nonsense. But also it, like I say, it kind of makes the time go much quicker when I'm on the treadmill. So very pleased about that. But I am going to get a cup of tea. I'm going to chill for a little bit, do a bit of editing. I'll probably edit some of this vlog that you're watching right now, and get dinner started. We're having haggis. I think I mentioned it. We're having haggis, some vegetables, roast potatoes, and yeah, and just chill with my husband. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Chance to actually talk to you this morning so far because I've just been straight into meetings and been busy and stuff, but it is now lunchtime. I have just come back from a blood test. I have to have blood tests I think it's every 3 months, because I'm on a medication called azathioprine for my Crohn's disease, and every 3 months I just have to have my bloods monitored just to make sure it's not suppressing my immune system too much. I also have to have blood tests with my dermatologist because I'm on a different medication for my skin, and that has a high risk of high cholesterol, so they have to monitor my bloods for cholesterol as well. So yeah, so there's usually like a blood test at some point every other month, but it's fine. I've been so used to blood tests now that they don't freak me out or anything. They're just normal for me now. Anyway, it is lunchtime and I am about to cook a steak because I had it for breakfast yesterday, but I had eggs this morning for breakfast, and now I'm going to have the steak for lunch, same as I had for yesterday's breakfast. So steak with some spinach, and also when I went to my blood test, I went via the shop and bought a chocolate bar because, well, I didn't go in to buy a chocolate bar, but when I was in there buying some other bits and bobs, I saw a chocolate bar and I was intrigued, so I'll show you that afterwards. I have my lunch. It is the steak and the spinach, and I put some tomato and cucumber because it was looking a bit depressing being just spinach and steak. So yeah, it's now become steak and salad. It is 3 o'clock. I've just got myself the last coffee of the day and then I'll switch to my decaf stuff. But for this final push this afternoon, I need some fuel for writing because that's what I do for my job. I write. So I have 3 options for a little pick-me-up sweet treat to go with my coffee. And I have 3 options. I put a poll on Instagram about which one to choose, but I don't know if I can actually wait for the results. I think I'm just going to choose whatever one I want. But it'd be interesting to see if people go for the same one that I end up picking. So options are, number 1, the Bounty, but it's not a Bounty. No, it's wafer rolls, which I'd never heard of these. I think they're new. Oh, it actually says new in the corner. But they are 57 calories per roll. So as you can see, I'd already started to open one. So I think you might know which one I'm going for. But let me show you the other ones. So there's this Bounty wafer rolls. Then there's a Galaxy flutes, which again, per roll or per bar is 57 calories. So is that the same? Yeah, they're the same. For a slightly more indulgent treat, which I think actually might have half and half, it's a Cadbury's Dairy Milk fruitier and nuttier orange boost. If there's a chocolate orange combo, I'm gonna go for it. Like, I am 100% a chocolate orange person. Anything orange, actually. Orange chocolate, actual oranges, and the colour orange is my favourite. So I'm clearly an orange kind of gal. But yes, this I feel like is more of a weekend thing. And I'd either go for the whole lot or split it into two. So one on Saturday, one on Sunday. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's out the question. And that I like the idea of, but I fancied the Bounty one today because Love Island returns today. Well, actually it returned last night, but I won't watch it till like the following day. So I feel like this will get me in the spirit and mood for watching Love Island tonight, which I'll watch the bit between finishing work and Rich coming home. So I've got like a window where I can just watch my absolute trash on TV. And that is going to be my Love Island hour. I also want to try and do it whilst getting some steps in so that I'm doing something productive but also watching the drivel. We'll see how that goes. Although I did go for a walk today to my blood test and stuff. So technically I could watch it on the sofa, but we'll see. That's kind of the rule I'm going for. If I don't get me like a walk outside in the day, like at lunchtime or something, then I'm not allowed to watch Love Island sat down. I have to watch it on the treadmill. If I go for my walk, then I can watch it sat down. So anyway, I'm gonna give this a go. I'll do like a live taste test. I don't know if I'm just gonna have one roll or have both. Might have one now and then one tonight for like a dessert. Ooh. Let's see how this goes. It's kind of got like the Bounty filling, but obviously it's just like a little wafer rather than a chocolate bar. That's nice. Oh, well, now I'm scared I can't have just one. Maybe I will have the whole lot. Oh my god, it was so good. Good morning, it is Wednesday. This morning I had to go out and drop off a parcel, and yeah, I just thought I would get that done, not have to worry about a workout first thing. So that was quite weird. I woke up feeling like, because usually I do my cardio first thing in the morning, and it just feels really weird. I feel like a little bit out of sync, but I'm sure I'll kind of settle back into a normal day as the day goes on. But yeah, this morning I had a very quick breakfast, which was Nutella on toast. Every now and then I do like a Nutella on toast. And what I like to do is have Nutella, like this peanut butter drizzle and cinnamon, and it's so nice. So it's not very good in terms of protein content, but in terms of just a very quick breakfast that is quite nice, it's one of my favourites. So yeah, I had that this morning along with my protein coffee. So I still got some protein first thing in the morning, but yeah, ideally it would have been something like eggs or steak, or they're like my usual kind of protein heavy breakfast at the minute. But it's every now and then it's nice to have a bit of a treat and something different. I've got a couple of meetings this morning which I've prepped for, so they're ready to go. And then later this afternoon I've got a Tesco delivery, and then I feel like there's something else happening tonight. Maybe it's just my cardio session that I'm thinking about. I think that's what it is. Oh, I'll probably do a bit of editing as well, because I find that it's easier to edit these weekly videos as I go along, like a little bit every day rather than saving it up for one day, because then it's just really intense amount of editing. Whereas if I just edit a little bit every evening, like even if it's just 20 minutes a day, it just makes it a lot easier by the time I come to like finalise these videos. So it's getting back into the swing of those that I find quite interesting, because it's been so long. I used to be way more consistent with them. It's quite interesting to kind of get back into the habit of it all, but so far I'm enjoying it. But hopefully I'll be consistent with them, because I really do want to continue with my with my YouTube content, I feel like the last few years has just been all over the shop. Like 2018 was the last time I was really consistent with my YouTube, which was when I was in Denmark. And I was looking back on them, like I've changed quite a lot since then, and so much has happened since then, so understandable as to why that, you know, I would have changed physically. But it is quite interesting to see how much I have, I mean, I don't want to say it, but I do feel like I've aged quite significantly since then. I feel like I've aged about 20 years when it's only been about, what, 7 years now? So yeah, it's crazy. So I'm going to get my cup of coffee ready for my first meeting, and I'll catch you in a little bit. It is lunchtime. I have another weird concoction, but again, it's just stuff that I either wanted or really like. So I've got broccoli, cauliflower, and then this is a bird's eye chicken quarter pounder, and it's actually very, very nice. There's about 18 grams of protein in it, so that's not too shabby as well, but it actually tastes really nice. Sometimes I'll put that like sliced up in a wrap, like a tortilla wrap with some salad, and have some like crisps on the side or something like that, but I fancied some vegetables today, so that is a bit random, but that is lunch. And I'm just going to watch an episode of EastEnders. I hadn't watched EastEnders for ages, and yeah, it's over like the Christmas period, obviously they ramp up with the storylines and stuff, and I was intrigued, so I started watching a couple, and now I'm back into the EastEnders, I don't want to say addiction, but enjoying EastEnders. So that's what I'm going to watch today while I'm having my lunch. And then tonight I have dedicated some time to sit and watch Love Island. I'm so excited. It's the afternoon, I'm getting a little snacky. So I've got this protein cookie. It's a chocolate orange flavour. I mentioned yesterday my obsession with anything chocolate orange or orange related. These are so good. They're really, really dense though. They're actually quite filling. So yeah, this is the bulk protein chocolate orange cookie, and it's got 28 grams of protein in. It is quite filling, so it actually is quite nice between like that space between lunch and dinner, because dinner we end up having a bit later than I would usually because Rich has to come back from work and stuff like that. So in that little gap between, this is actually quite nice, and it also satisfies my sweet tooth. So I'm gonna have this and have a nice big cup of tea as I finish my work for the day, and then I'm going to do a little bit of editing and then watch Love Island. My dinner, I have a jacket potato with some corned beef, chicken slices, and tomato and cucumber. Good morning, it is Thursday. I've just finished my workout. It was a push workout, so my shoulders and a bit of chest. My shoulders are feeling a little bit sore, but I'm hoping that's a good thing. Hopefully that means that some muscle growth will be happening. We'll see. It'll obviously take a long time to get to the point where I want to be, but you know, little steps. I'm gonna go and get my breakfast, which is gonna be egg on toast, and I'm gonna have a coffee, but I'll have a decaf coffee because I tend to do that first thing in the morning because I've already had caffeine with my pre-workout. So instead of having like too much caffeine in the morning, I'll have caffeine in my pre-workout first thing and then have a decaf coffee because I like just having a coffee in the morning. I think it's psychologically, it gets me more alert and ready, even if it's a decaf. I don't know, I think it's the taste that kind of tricks my brain into being ready. I don't know. And then I'll have a caffeinated coffee, which is usually my protein coffee at the moment. That will tend to be like late morning. And then I'll just have my decaf tea pretty much for the rest of the day. I have decaf tea and caffeine-free Pepsi in the evenings as well. So I'm not like having too much caffeine. So it seems to be working pretty well. I have really good sleep. I get off to sleep really easily. So I think that kind of caffeine schedule seems to be working pretty well for me, so that's good. So yes, time for breakfast. I'm very, very hungry. I'm just about to make a cup of tea, but I thought I would bring back an old friend for the cup of tea. So basically I went to Disneyland, well, twice. I went when I was 11 and when I was 18, and I'm pretty sure I got this when I was 18. My giant Disney mug. I think very fondly of this for many reasons, obviously the fact that I've had it for so long, but also because I took this with me when I went to Denmark for a year. So this was my primary drinking receptacle. And I used to have a dishwasher in my apartment in Denmark, so it obviously would clean the mug really well. And then when I moved back to the UK and then moved into this house, we don't have a dishwasher. And I found that it was really difficult to get tea stains out of this mug. And so like it ended up kind of building up kind of like halfway, and I was just like, I feel like this is not healthy or good. And I couldn't get these tea stains off at all. Like it was just not happening at all. And so I haven't been drinking out of this mug for years, like years and years and years, like probably 6-ish years since I've drunk out of this mug. But I completely forgot the existence of scourers. So I got this. Obviously it's just like metal, like a scourer, as you do, like it's metal, stainless steel metal. And it immediately took off all the stains. And I'm like, how did I forget that this existed? But anyway, it's perfect. So I have a completely clean favourite mug again. The only thing is obviously it's, as you can see, it's blue, and that used to be my favourite colour when I was younger. Now, as you know, my favourite colour is orange, which is one of the reasons why I have a very orange teapot, which I should show you the lid of, but the teapot is this colour, which technically was a present for Rich, but let's be honest, it was a present for both of us. So yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this is the colour, but it does give me the vibes of being back in Denmark. Like it just reminds me of the amount of teas I drank in that apartment. And it's so big, obviously, like it's a massive mug. So I'm very excited to be making my first cup of tea in this mug for the first time in like 6 years. And I'm hoping it will taste as good as I think it will. I mean, it's obviously been washed, so it'll be fine. But yeah, it's so stupid, but it's such a little like reminder of being in Denmark, which is also stupid because this was from Florida, so it should make me think of Florida, but I have more of an association with this in Denmark than I do with going on that holiday. Very strange. But anyway, I'm gonna have a cup of tea and this will keep me going, well, for a while, because it's huge. Lunch is served. I've got steak, broccoli and roast pepper. Nice and easy and very, very quick. I have just finished work and I am now about to sort out my Brita filter thingy. It's started flashing. So basically I got a big water carafe that's like filtered. And this morning I noticed that it started flashing at me, but I must make sure that I stay on top of my water. I've been really good at drinking lots of decaf tea, but that's not water, is it? I mean, technically it's water, but it's not just water. So I need to get a grip, really. But I'm gonna fill up my nice big water cup, and then I'm going to get some steps in whilst watching Love Island. And then once I've got my 30 minutes of steps in, I will start dinner, which I'm thinking of doing like a salmon pesto pasta bake, which I saw a recipe for online. I have no idea how it will go. I don't have half the ingredients. I mean, I have salmon and pasta, so we're halfway there. But yeah, I'm just gonna see what I can come up with based on what I've got in the house. And if it's a total disaster, we'll just have something else. But yeah, that's my plan. Hopefully it won't be a total disaster. It is Friday and it is my birthday. So I worked out this morning, I did deadlifts this morning, which was cool. And then I walked to the butcher, picked up some bits and bobs for us, like for the weekend, but also to bring over to my parents, because I'm going to my parents today to kind of spend my birthday with my mum. We're going to go for lunch and shopping, and then we'll come back and have dinner with Dad, and we'll probably do a Chinese takeaway because that's my favourite. So yeah, it could be a very, very nice birthday, I think. Got a day off work, obviously. Because Rich is working today, we kind of did my birthday presents last night, so I've had my presents from Rich already. And then I opened some cards this morning from my aunts and some friends, and yeah, it's been so far very nice, but I need to get cracking because I need to go and head off to my mum's. So I'll sign off the vlog now. I'm just going to spend the rest of the weekend just with my family, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.